Great guys, so the first tactic I'm going to walk you guys through is tactic number 1, the 5 power factors of a successful course. Now as you can see from the little diamond key below, tactic number 1 really helps optimize popularity, rating, and conversion of your course. Big emphasis here on the conversion of your course. As I went through in the 4 foundational factors that influence your course's rating in Udemy's eyes, conversion is the simplest one in the fact that Udemy say they don't actually measure your conversion, but they see factors on your course page, hence these 5 factors, and they estimate how much people are going to like your course and buy your course. So this one is huge for optimizing the conversion of your course. So let's have a look at these 5 power factors. So factor number 1 is your course title. Number 2 is your course subtitle. Factor number 3 are your course reviews. That's your star rating reviews this time. Factor number 4 is your course promo image, which is the image of your course. And factor number 5 is your course description. So let's go through each one of these factors and see how you can optimize them individually so that when your course page is viewed by someone and by Udemy, it's rated as a highly converting course page. Okay, let's start with course title. How do you optimize your course title? This one is pretty straightforward and simple. It's really basic marketing, and what you want to do is you want to make sure your course title is outcome focused. So one of my courses you may have taken is called How I Wrote a Best-Selling Kindle Book in 72 Hours. Now this, in my opinion, is a good title because it's really outcome focused. People want to know how to write a best-selling Kindle book, and the time in the title also is a great aspect because it shows how easily it can be done. Another way I could describe this course, or I could title this course, which wouldn't be good, would be writing an ebook, because that's what it is. I teach people how to write an ebook. I also teach people how to market the ebook and make it a bestseller. But you could call it writing an ebook, and it would be an appropriate title, but just a really bad marketed one. So when I see people with course names of their titles like Twitter or Facebook, it's really bad because you really want to describe the outcome of the course, not what is inside the course, because that's what people want to buy. They want to buy outcomes. The second factor of your course title is SEO proofed. So you want to make sure the keyword that you're trying to optimize for on the Udemy page is inside your title at least once. And the way the algorithm works with Udemy is the closer it is to the start of your title, so the first word holds the most weight in Udemy's eyes. The first word is the most powerful, which is why all my courses will start with a keyword that I'm trying to optimize for. So this course will start with the word Udemy because I'm trying to optimize people to buy my course when they search the word Udemy. Another couple of examples is my Kindle course is called Kindle Secrets, How I Wrote a Best-Selling Kindle Book in 72 Hours. It's got Kindle in there twice, and Kindle is the first word. Another example that I see on Udemy is something like YouTube Insights, : So if you really want to leverage that colon in your text, which is the little 2 dots above each other, as you can see on the screen, have your SEO title on the left-hand side of that column, such as Kindle Secrets, and then the outcome-focused part of your title on the right of that. The second factor was course subtitle. So you really want to view this as an extended description of your course title. So it just gives you more words to describe the results-based, once again, outcome of your course in different and more detail. So going back to my Kindle course subtitle is Kindle Insights, : again that's for SEO, that the Kindle is the first word. Learn my proven Kindle system to write and market a Kindle bestseller and earn $10,000 plus in royalties. Very outcome focused once again, 10,000 plus in royalties, market a Kindle bestseller. And if you were counting, you would have noticed the word Kindle is in there 3 times. The last point I want to touch on for course subtitle is you really want to make sure the subtitle and even the title in some ways are curiosity driven. So you really want to have people have a question in their mind of like, how is this possible, or how do you do this when they read your title. So mine is write and market a bestseller, earn $10,000 in royalties in 72 hours. There's obviously a formula for this. There's obviously something that people don't know, otherwise everyone would do it, and they're really curious at how this is done. So when you read your title to a friend or maybe a family member, ask them if they're curious about what's inside the course. This is a great test to see if you have a good course title and subtitle. The third power factor of a successful course were your course reviews. So these course reviews are specifically referring to the ones that are on the 5-star rating form. The internal form is not actually publicly viewable, so just the 5-star ones are the ones you want to concentrate on when you're trying to increase the conversion of your course. So pretty simple. The more reviews you have, the better. Having 100 reviews is better than having 20. Having 1,000 is better than 100. So any strategy you can get, getting more reviews is better. I actually have a lot of detail on specific strategies later in the course that I'll walk you through. The other factor is obviously the higher average rating you have, the better. You want to have a 4.7 is okay, 4.8 and above is great. If you don't have above a 4.7, make sure you're reading what's in the reviews and adjusting your course based on the reviews so no one else leaves a similar sort of feedback. Your course is constantly improving, and consequently the rating is also improving. Moving on to course promo image. Now this is an interesting one. I've seen a lot of directions people take, and Udemy actually have their own graphic design service, which I highly recommend you use if you haven't got any Photoshop skills or image design skills or know any professionals that do it. I will leave a link to Udemy's free service of graphic design for those of you who want it, because that's really the fastest way you can fulfill the 4 factors I'm about to go through in a course promo image, is just to outsource it to Udemy, because they know what works best and they test it and they make sure you have a great image relevant to your course. So once again, I'll link in the resources section, and I'll probably throw a link up on the screen somewhere where you can go and investigate this further. If you wanted to do your own course promo image, I do my own. I really enjoy making images, so that's something I don't like to outsource. The 4 factors you want to follow is you want it to be super simple. So anything that you're representing in the course image, it wants to be a symbolic representation. Nothing literal, just maybe so one of my courses is on Facebook. Throw up the Facebook F and put a blue background. Really easily done. Second one is you want a cartoon graphic. Udemy mostly make cartoon graphics in their with their free graphic service, and that's proven to be the best sellers for me. I had stock photos in some of mine, and they really didn't perform as well as the graphic images. So making sure it's cartoon or graphic is important. Number 3, make sure it looks professional. Pretty straightforward. Probably doesn't need to be said, but making sure it's very high quality. This is the only visual representation of your course you get on your landing page. You get a video which you can show inside your course, but this is sort of the face of your course. So you want it really professional and really well done. Last one is optional, so I've got it in brackets here, but it's to brand your courses. If you have more than one course on Udemy, it's really helpful to have either similar course images, like I do. If you go ahead and click on my instructor profile, you can see that all my course images are the same style, different colors and different graphics, but they all go in the same style, that little white icon of what the course is about inside a Apple browser of some form of color. This is great because once people take your courses and they enjoy your courses, they'll see all your other courses and recognize it as yours. I know Alun Hill and a couple of other people on Udemy are actually putting their own face as part of the image, which I haven't seen any results good or bad from, but I think it's a very interesting idea and one that you should feel free to test for yourself. The last factor is not as important as the first 4. It's still very important to have a good course description, because people who are on the fence about buying a course will make their decision off your course description. So 3 things you want to do. You want to make sure your course description is comprehensive. Spend some time writing this. You want to make sure it's super comprehensive and answers people's questions so they don't have any doubts when looking at your course page, and they have no reason to be on the fence. They're either in or they're out. So making sure you answer why people would want this course and what they get out of the course is super important. The second thing is you want to make sure people know that your course is up to date. So I like to update all my course descriptions with the latest time that they've been updated in bold at the top of their descriptions. The third dot point I have here is make sure it's enticing. So don't write bland, boring copy, but write exciting copy. Write in first person, write experiences, tell stories, making sure it's interesting. Browse around, see what your competition is doing, and see what descriptions you like, and use some of those good examples as inspiration for your own course description. So on the screen now, I've created you a bit.ly short link. It's a Udemy checklist hosted on Udemy's own site, posted by Udemy themselves. And this is the 10 factors of a high converting course page is the title of this blog. Udemy created this a little while back, so it's not currently their updated theme. These 5 factors are sort of the updated theme, but if you want to hear the same things that I've said in Udemy's words and maybe see a couple of other examples of what you can do to optimize your page, go ahead and type this into your browser. I will also leave a hyperlink in the resources if you just want to click that, and go through these 10 factors for yourself and see how you can really overhaul your course page and increase conversions of people buying your course and increase the quality of your page in Udemy's eyes, so they will then promote you further. Scott's actually going to talk to you about installing analytics, Google Analytics, on your Udemy course page. I recommend you go through the course and find this lecture and set up Google Analytics before and after you make the switches so you can test what's working and what's not, and I believe you'll see it in your sales too.